Now, yesterday we introduced you to an exhibition dedicated to Pope Francis, and today we have another special exhibition in line. To tell us all about it, our Yim Yoonhee joins me in the studio. Good afternoon, Yoonhee.
Good afternoon. So this one is actually about the history of Catholicism here in Korea, most specifically about the East and West gates here in Seoul that were very important to the history of Catholicism. So take a look.
The history of Catholicism is only a few hundred years old in Korea, much shorter than some of the European counterparts. But this short history saw some very dark times for those following the Catholic faith. Years of violence and persecution of thousands of lives marks the religion. And even after all those years, two of the most important landmarks to the history of Catholicism in Korea are honored through this exhibition.
This exhibition is about the East and West small gates. The West Gate in particular is where many people were persecuted and history was passed down.
The Seoul Museum of History is a major contributor to the historical documentation of not just Seoul, but the entire country. Although the two gates are no longer in existence, their historical value is brought to life through the various exhibition pieces. It's a thorough look into the diverse history, a valuable resource for learning about the two gates where thousands and thousands of lives were martyred. The East Small Gate, or Dongseomun, was located near what is now Haewadong, and it's where everything started. It was considered a gateway into Asia by many of the early monks. But the West Small Gate was where most of the persecutions took place. 21 of the 124 individuals to be beatified by Pope Francis this time around lost their lives at the West Small Gate. And 44 of the past 103 canonized died there as well, all lives recognized through this mesmerizing installation art. History can be tracked through journals, or even through paintings and art. What was once a somber sight in the past is now a memory that can live on in the millions who now follow the Catholic religion today.
Were you able to find out how they were able to get those documents recovered?
Right. So during the Japanese occupation, tons of documents on Korea and Korean history were lost. But fortunately, Archbishop Gustav Mutter was actually sent to Korea to keep track, and he did actually keep a diary for 43 straight years up until his death. And so his resources were very valuable, and they really did contribute to this exhibition and to us knowing about what really happened back then.
So the two gates are, of course, very historically important spots for the Catholicism, over the history of the Catholicism in Korea. So is the Pope, does the Pope have any plans to visit those two sites
right,
during his visit?
He does plan on actually visiting Seoul, the West Gate, where many were persecuted. And so although it's not there, there is a martyr shrine there, and he will be there Saturday before the beatification ceremony. And so like I mentioned in the report, 21 of the 124 to be beatified did die at that shrine, at that site. And so it's a very emotional cause, very emotional scene for everybody.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, Yoonhee, for your report today.
Always a pleasure.